The emotional mistake that is pulling you away from your purpose. There is something you are doing, probably right now, probably every single day, that is silently eroding your ability to live with purpose. And the most disturbing part is not what that mistake is. It is that you believe with complete conviction that you are doing the right thing. Pay attention to this. Most people do not fail because of a lack of effort. They do not fail because of a lack of talent. They do not fail because the timing is wrong or the environment is bad. People fail because they carry an emotional pattern they cannot see in themselves, and that pattern operates like a silent saboteur, acting at the exact moment you need to move forward the most. Today, I am going to show you that pattern, but I need you to stay until the end because the revelation is not where you think it is. The central point of this video is not the mistake itself, it is what lies beneath it. And when I show you that, something is going to shift in the way you see yourself. Have you ever had that feeling of moving constantly but going nowhere? Of being busy but not fulfilled? Of knowing exactly what you need to do, but something inside you resists, without a clear explanation, without a logical reason? You try to plan, but you abandon it before you even start. You begin projects full of energy and disappear from them 2 weeks later. You make decisions that feel right in the moment, but that you later recognize as escape routes. And then comes the question that truly hurts. Why do I do this to myself? It is not laziness. It is not lack of faith. It is not a mindset problem. It goes deeper than that. And this is more serious than it appears. There is a behavior that almost everyone on a personal development journey repeats without realizing it, replacing real action with emotional activity. You are not stuck because you do not know what to do. You are stuck because you have confused processing emotion with solving the problem. You have confused feeling good with actually moving forward. That is the mistake. But that is still not the main point. There is a cause operating beneath all of this, invisible, systematic, silent. It does not show up on the day you quit. It shows up long before that, in the moment you interpret what you feel as a signal for what you should do. The pattern works like this. You encounter resistance, an obstacle, a criticism, a silence from someone who matters, and your emotional system interprets that resistance as danger, not as a challenge, as danger. And then, in a fraction of a second, you make a decision that feels intelligent, mature, even spiritually grounded. You pull back, you wait for the right moment, you protect your energy, you respect your own rhythm. But what you are actually doing is running away. With sophisticated vocabulary, with justifications that sound profound, and worst of all, with internal approval, because you have convinced yourself that it is wisdom. Emotion became direction, discomfort became a stop signal, and your purpose kept getting pushed to later, until it became a distant memory of who you thought you were going to be. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and one of the greatest psychologists of the 20th century, said something I want you to carry with you. Between stimulus and response, there is a space, and in that space lies our power. That is not a motivational quote. It is a precise description of human freedom. The problem for most people is not that they feel intense emotions. It is that they have never developed that space. They have collapsed the gap between feeling and acting. Every emotion became an instruction. Every discomfort became a prohibition. Every insecurity became evidence that it is not the right time. And so, you live reactively, not strategically. You are being governed by emotional states that pass, that are transient by nature, as if they were permanent truths about what is possible for you. This is not a character flaw, it is a learned pattern, and learned patterns can be reversed, but only when you see them with absolute clarity. First point, you have confused sensation with truth. When you feel fear before making an important decision, your system interprets that fear as a signal that the decision is wrong. But fear does not have access to the future. Fear is a reaction to the unknown, and everything worth having in life exists on the other side of the unknown. Fear is not a compass, it is an alarm, and false alarms go off all the time. Think about someone you genuinely admire, someone who has built something real, who has impact, who lives with purpose. Do you think that person does not feel fear? They do. The difference is that they learn to act while feeling it. You are waiting to stop feeling it before you act. That is the mistake keeping you in place. The practical direction here is simple, but uncomfortable. The next time you feel internal resistance before an important action, ask yourself, is this sensation wisdom or is it automatic self-protection? There is an enormous difference between the two. Second point, you are using self-knowledge as a shelter, not as a lever. There is something that almost no one notices in the world of personal development. Self-knowledge can become a sophisticated way of avoiding life. You know your traumas.
You know your patterns. You know where your insecurity comes from. And you keep analyzing all of it indefinitely without ever turning that knowledge into movement. Understanding yourself is the beginning. It is not the destination. There is a point at which excessive introspection stops being healing and becomes paralysis with a beautiful name. You become so occupied with understanding who you are that you forget to decide who you are going to be. This is more serious than it appears. The practical direction, knowledge without action, is just stored content. Take one thing, just one, that you already know you need to do and that you have been postponing with emotional justification. Only one, and do it this week, not when you feel ready, now. Third point, you are waiting for emotional permission to live your purpose. This is the hardest one because it is the most true. Deep down, you are waiting to reach an emotional state that justifies movement, waiting to feel confident before you position yourself, waiting to feel safe before you expose yourself, waiting to feel whole before you begin. But that state does not come before the action, it comes through it. Confidence is not a prerequisite, it is a consequence. And while you wait for that internal permission, time passes, years pass, and the version of you that had something to say, something to build, something to offer the world, grows quieter, not because it gave up, but because it kept being postponed by your own emotional hesitation. This cannot continue. I need you to understand the real cost of what we are talking about, not the immediate emotional cost. You already know that one. You've already felt it. You've already rationalized it. I am talking about the invisible cost, the cumulative cost. Every time you pull back for emotional reasons, you reinforce the pattern. Every time you let a feeling make the decision for you, the space between stimulus and response gets smaller. Every time you delay your purpose because you do not feel ready, you strengthen the belief that you never will be. And one day you look back and realize it was not the world that stopped you. It was you choosing the comfort of inaction over the discomfort of growth, repeatedly, silently, with the best intentions in the world. You need to decide right now, not tomorrow, right now, because now is the only place where anything can change. Remember what I said at the beginning, that the central point of this video was not the mistake, but what was beneath it? Here it is. The emotional mistake pulling you away from your purpose is not that you feel too much. It is that you believe what you feel determines what you can do. It is that you have handed control of your life over to passing emotional states and called that self-respect. The phrase I want you to take from here is this: you do not need to feel ready. You need to move while you are not. Purpose is not an emotional destination. It is a direction you choose every single day, especially on the days you do not feel like it, on the days insecurity speaks the loudest, on the days it would be easier to wait. You have something inside you that has not been said yet, has not been built yet, has not been offered to the world yet. That is not an illusion. That is real. And the only thing standing between you and it is not talent, not circumstance, not timing. It is the decision to stop asking for emotional permission to exist at your highest level. Transformation begins when you act before you feel ready, when you speak before you feel secure, when you move before you have all the answers. It is in that moment, exactly that moment, that purpose stops being abstract and becomes real life. If this video touched something you recognize in yourself, write in the comments, "I stop asking for permission." Not as a slogan, as a declaration. I want to see who is ready for this shift. If you are not yet subscribed to this channel, subscribe now. Because what you will find here is not content designed to make you feel good. It is content designed to make you move forward. And there is a difference. And if this video made you see something that was invisible before, leave a like. Not for me, as an acknowledgement that something shifted in the way you see yourself.